let me introduce Chris Hill.
Well, thank you. When you look at the U.S.-North Korea relationship, this is not a relationship that will begin and end with denuclearization. We have to work on some other issues where we have some profound differences with North Korea, and one of those, of course, is human rights. So we have a long way to go, but I do believe that the six-party mechanism has put all 6 countries in the same boat. To be back in Washington, you know, when you're off outside Washington, you're really missing. We need to verify things that are in the declaration. You don't just accept the declaration and say, it looks good to us. I mean, you have to verify it, and you have to verify it through a lot of different means. You need to know how you're going to verify it, so you don't want to surprise the other guy with verification. Now, they're committed to fully cooperating on verification, but clearly we need we needed to have an understanding, and that's why it was important that the Chinese announced that indeed within the 6 parties we had had an agreement on what the principles would be on verification. Not the same. You know, it's just not the same as holding those newspapers here. And anyway, I've heard people say, well, it was old and decrepit. Believe me, there was, from a technical point of view, the answer to the question of how long Myung-bak could have operated is as long as they want it to operate, because there is nothing old or decrepit about its capacity to produce plutonium. So the fact that it was shut down and the fact that some major disablement steps were taken, I think, is a very good sign.
It is a necessary step, but certainly not sufficient. And we're always grateful that Chris has come here and come to other places right after each step to talk about.
With regard to South Korea, I think the North Koreans are obviously registering their dissatisfaction with the outcome of the elections in South Korea and the emergence of President Myung-bak. They I think are trying to sort of impede North-South relations in a way that I don't think is really in their interest now.
The about 200 media that seem to have signed up to come at CSIS, particularly our external relations people who put. Thank you very much, Chris, for coming out. Turn to our press conference. Please join me in thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate that. Okay. Thank you all.